Hello YouTubers. I'm about to show you how to put together the Inspire FTX personal trainer that I bought from Costco. And here's the instruction manual. Basically, you're gonna find that this here and this here, the big old pieces, pretty much come ready to go. So what I've done is I've taken everything apart. That's an accessory bench upside down. That's the middle is a crossbar, and that's another part that goes on the crossbar, I guess. More parts there for the weights to slide up and down. And there's 106. I'm sorry, there's 300 pounds of weights. It's 150 each side. And there's all the tools you need, nuts and bolts, and more accessories here. There's a bar to pull, and that's pretty much it. And then there's these two sides. Now I gotta warn you that the shipment came in a box that weighs 600 pounds, and you have to get the box open outside. This is the second floor, so I had my son help me, Esteban. EJ helped me to carry these up, and then we together carried all the other parts. So I'm gonna start putting it together, and the first thing I'm gonna show you is what I did is I got these against the wall since it fits on a corner, and I'm gonna get some help in putting the part that I'll show you on the owner's manual. So it would be this part right here. That's the first thing you want to do. It's this bar that's kind of bent, which is right here. So I'm going to do that and then show you how that went. So this is the bar I'm going to be installing to one side first, and I'll get some help. And these are the bolts. I wanted to stop and point out this because I had to study this out, and you'll see that there's a lot of bolts here, but here are the ones that were behind here. That's these. That's number 20. So you need 20. You need part 25, which is washers. You need 4 of them, 2 per side. And part 23, which is this lock washers. And they're right there, 4 of them. So I'm going to take this bar right here, this bar, the one I just showed you. These are the parts, and I'm going to mount it on one side first. So let's do that and show you. So if you're trying to do it all by yourself, you should know that it's probably a good idea to get a ladder. And in this case, if you plan ahead how this is going to go, as you can tell, you can install it the way I am installing it right now, or the way I tried earlier, which was I had it upside down. So the base goes down. I was trying to flip it the other way, thinking it would grab around this side, but that's the way it goes. And just to show you what it looks like from above. So I got one bolt first, that one right there, and then the other one while I held the bar. So that's in. They tell you not to tighten it. They don't want you to tighten it. They want you to just get them started. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to join that other half, and I'll do that right now. And as you can tell, I already secured both bolts, lock and nut and washer on both ends, and that first part is done. According to the owner's manual, they want you to start at the bottom, but for me it was better that way. So let's go to the next part. So now I'm going to do part 4. So you see this exploded diagram. That's this part right there, and that would be this part right here, which I have. It's right there. And they want me to use 4 bolts, and those bolts are this one right here, part 19. So they want four bolts and 4 washers. So I thought I'd go into more detail, so get into the same problem I was going to get into. So these bolts, you need to have a washer to begin with, and you're gonna go on the back with the bolt in the washer and go through this here, and then you're gonna go through here, and over here you put another washer, and then you put the nut like so, like this. So now you have this side completely done, still loose like they asked, and I'm gonna use the bolt and a nut and 2 washers, this one and the same here, and finish off this side. Okay, so as you can see, the hardest part, I guess, for one person would be to put the top on or get the thing standing, which I leaned them against the wall, and then I got one side in, and then I was able to get the other side and just hold it in place. Again, they said to do this with 2 people, and I found out I could do it by myself, but probably you could do it faster if you just do it alone. So let's see what goes next. And now I'm going to install this part right here, this black thing with 2 ends. It looks like it's for hanging stuff. It has these hooks, but anyway, it's this part right there, and it's going to need the same bolts that we just used at the bottom. These are them right here, and you find them here, and that would be part 19. And you also need the washers, these washers right here. This is the last left of them. You're going to need 2 per bolt, and of course here's the nut. So let's put it where it goes, and this is going to go right here. You see the holes are there. Let's see, right there. You can see the holes. It's kind of blurry, but anyway, it's right there. 1, 2, and I'll put it on and show you how it goes. As you can see, I got it installed. That's the 2 bolts there, 2 bolts here. And remember, there's going to be a washer on both ends. So this one here and one at the other end. And so far, it's been a lot easier than I expected. All of the bigger components are assembled, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten all the bolts up and see what's next. Okay, so everything's done now. All the tough parts. I wanted to point out something. I wanted to show you. So this Allen wrench, which you use to hold the bolts from the back, and on top there's just this. It's a little too hard to use your hand and really get them tightened. So that's why I figured this out with the vice grips. And then this little wrench is really all you got. It's 17 millimeter to turn these big monster bolts. So there's 2 ways of doing it. One is using your vice grips on here. So that's one way of doing it, is getting the vice grips here. Or if you have a ratchet and a socket, it sure makes it a lot easier. Okay, so this is what you see so far. And if you got them all really tight, you're gonna find that it's pretty sturdy. It's just really, really sturdy. So let me move forward back enough. So that's what we got so far. And we still have these parts here, and all the weights, and these bars here to put on. So let's see what goes.